Hi, I am interviewing Genghis Balkas, Vice President and General Manager at Cree. How much and what type of education do you receive?
I have a master's and a PhD in material science and engineering from North Carolina State University. I finished my undergrad studies in Turkey and then came to North Carolina State University as a graduate student. So counting from elementary school, I've studied about 21 years. However, a large portion of the PhD work, which is typically 6 years, is not in the classroom. You spend a lot of time in the lab experimenting with new ideas.
Alright. How much and what type of work experience do you have?
Okay. I have so far worked 16 years. My first job was at a startup company, working as a lead scientist. Then I got promoted to Director of Technology, responsible for research and development activities. Later, I became the General Manager for the company, overseeing research and development, our sales and marketing, and manufacturing. After that, I started my own company and got investors to fund it. I served as the President and CEO of that company for 4 years. We have developed many leading-edge technologies for electronics. My company was then bought by Cree, with whom we were competing at the time. So for the last 8 years, I've been at Cree as the Vice President General Manager for the Power and RF business unit. In addition to LED-based lighting products, Cree makes electronic devices that are used in cellular communications, radar systems, and power electronics. Those are the products that my business unit makes.
Alright. What do you dislike and like about your job?
Honestly, I don't have much that I dislike. I work with amazingly smart people who are leaders in the world in their areas. They're also like a second family to me, so it's really fun to work with them. We are a fast-paced company, always developing leading-edge technologies that are making lighting, electronics, and communication systems better and more energy efficient. That is a pretty satisfying company to work at. There are no politics in our company, and we're always focused on breaking barriers to obtain results for our shareholders. So overall, it's a really fun place to be at.
Have you seen a relationship between the amount of stress and the increase in your salary over the years?
Not really. I don't think having stress is caused by high salary. I think it's possible to be stress-free in any job. With that said, more challenging jobs do pay more, and more challenging jobs can cause higher stress on individuals if they allow it. As far as I can tell, stress is more related to motivation and your ability to handle problems. There are going to be problems in any job at any pay level. So always looking for the positive way out helps a lot with how you can avoid stress.
How many hours do you usually work in a week?
Typically it's about 50 to 55 hours, and I do some work on the weekends as well, included in that number.
Do you have to travel, and if so, how much and what kinds of places? And is traveling a benefit or an added stress?
Yes, I do travel. I do travel every 2 to 3 months. Mostly I go to Asia, that is Hong Kong, China, Taiwan, and Japan typically. But I also get to go to interesting places like India once or twice, not all the time, but sometimes. I also get to go to Europe regularly, but not as regular as Asia. I generally don't find it stressful, travel. Only downside is I don't like to leave my home. However, I like different cultures and people a lot. In many countries, I now have friends, and that's really cool. Some countries I enjoy more than others, such as Japan, because I really like their culture. I also try to stay healthy during my trips and get as much as exercise in as possible. The plane rides are long. For example, to go to Hong Kong from New York, it will take you about 16 hours, 15 and a half hours. But you get to catch up on work and also a lot of movies you can watch. So it's kind of fun to do that.
Cool. What would you do differently and the same with regards to your career?
Not a lot. It is impossible to redo what has happened and predict a better outcome, and I'm pretty happy where I am now. And I'm happy with how my career evolved, so I really can't think of anything I would want to change.
Thank you, Genghis Balkis, for taking the time for me to interview you.